Do you want to become a six-figure coach but have no idea what steps to take? Well, in today's video, I'm going to reveal to you the 7-step roadmap that you can follow to build a six-figure coaching business. And if you stick around till the end, I'm going to share with you exactly how to sign your first or your next paying coaching client. So let's dive right in. The first step to building a six-figure coaching business is to choose a profitable coaching niche. Yes, this is critical. Yes, you may have heard this before, but it is the most overlooked thing, because if you choose a niche that doesn't have a painful problem, if you choose a niche that doesn't have the resources or isn't willing to become resourceful to invest in themselves, then it's going to be a long and hard road for you in building a six-figure coaching business. It's so much easier by choosing a niche that's already looking for solutions. See, you want to have your niche to be, number one, aware of the problem that they're struggling with. Number two, aware that, or at least seeking solutions to that problem, right? You don't want to have to convince somebody to buy your product or service. You want to find the demand that already exists out there, and there's tons of demand. You can see that by other people's audiences. Look at Facebook groups, look on podcasts, look on YouTube channels like mine, and there's already your ideal niche is congregating into somebody else's audience. Now the goal is to build your own audience with your niche, but choose a niche that is willing to pay for your coaching. They must have a painful problem. If you're selling chopsticks at a discount, they're not willing to pay for that. They're not interested in that, right? What they want is a solution to their problem. So be very clear, very intentional, and very specific when choosing that niche. That is step number one. Step number two to becoming a six-figure coach is to map your magnetic message. Just write down or comment below magnetic message. Why do I start with messaging? Well, I start here before ads and funnels and lead gen, because if you don't get your messaging right, you're going to spend all this time on social media creating content and you're going to hear crickets. There's going to be zero responses. I don't know if you've noticed, but this coaching industry has exploded in the last 10 years. It feels like everyone I know, everyone that I see in my newsfeed is a coach promoting some coaching program. That's what your prospects are seeing as well. And because this is becoming a saturated market, you need to be even more clear and even more specific on the person that you coach, the problem that you solve, and the promise that you make. Those are the three things that make up your magnetic message. I'll give you an example. Okay, you could ask me what I do and I could tell you I'm a business coach, and you could go, oh my gosh, he's trying to sell me stuff, and run the other way, right? Or I could be even more specific and you could say, Peter, what do you do? And I could say, I help coaches that aren't generating enough leads earn their first 6 figures as fast as possible. Now that is clear, that is specific, that is interesting, that is attractive. It doesn't tell you how I do it. And that's not the intention of a magnetic message. The magnetic message is designed to magnetize you, to capture your interest and your attention. It's kind of designed to leave you hanging, right? And wanting more. Because I didn't tell you how I do what I do, but I told you enough to make you lean in and say, that sounds interesting. How do you do that? That's what you want to craft in your magnetic message. There's actually videos on my channel if you want to dive deeper after this one on how to actually come up with that word-for-word message. Step 3 of becoming a six-figure coach is packaging an irresistible offer. Your offer needs to be irresistible. Why? Because again, there's a lot of noise. There's a lot of coaches out there. And so what makes you different? What makes you unique? Why should someone choose you as their mentor to solve their problem when there's others out there that may do something similar as you? It's really important to get clear on articulating not just the features of your program, like the number of calls that they get, but really the results. That's what you're selling. What is the tangible, measurable result that they get by working with you? And why should they hire you now, today, instead of 6 months from now or a year from now? You want to create urgency. You want to create scarcity, and not manipulative ways. I want you to be real. So we're talking about intrinsic urgency, intrinsic scarcity, not extrinsic. Extrinsic is making up that you only have 3 spots left in your coaching program when you have 30 spots left. That is lying. That is not being honest. That is breaking your integrity. I'm not recommending you do that. Instead, what I'm recommending is you lead the sales call and you package your coaching into an offer that's so attractive that they feel crazy saying no to it. There's other trainings in my channel to dive deeper and learn how to do that if you want to. The 4th step to building a six-figure coaching business is to conduct market research interviews. Now, I know this sounds unique, or it probably doesn't sound unique. It probably sounds foundational. It sounds basic. But here's the truth. Most coaches think that they need all these complicated funnels and they need these email sequences and they need paid ads and they need to do all these things. And here's the truth. At a certain stage of your business, you will need those things to scale your business. But those are the worst things to focus on the first 30 to 90 days of building your coaching business. The first 30 to 90 days, the only thing that you want to be focused on is coming up with your offer and having some calls with your network. And that's what market research calls are. What a market research interview is where you reach out to somebody in your network who represents your ideal client. So if you're working in corporate, for example, and you're building a new coaching business on the side so you can replace your income, maybe you're going to start teaching sales coaching, for example. Then what colleagues do you have in your career, maybe not current coworkers or your boss, but people in your network who already know, like, and trust you, who would receive value from being a client? You'd reach out to them and you'd ask them for a favor. You'd say, hey, listen, I'm looking for a favor. I'm starting a coaching business on the side. Please keep this quiet between you and me. And I want to interview a couple people so I can make this program to be as valuable as possible to somebody in your shoes. Would you be open to jumping on Zoom for 15 minutes and just doing me a favor? And of course, if they know, like, and trust you, the answer is going to be yes. Now, what happens when you do that, though, is magic is created. Because oftentimes this person is either interested in the actual coaching that you're providing themselves, or they're connected to somebody else by 1 degree who is. And so you want to ask them the magic question. And that magic question is, I'm curious, now that you know a little bit about this program, who do you know that you think would benefit from this? And just quiet yourself in that moment. Because what that person will do is they will think, they will reflect, and they will either refer somebody to you, or they will self-select and say, Peter, this is actually what I'm looking for. How do I find out more? So this really works. I do not want you to overlook this. In fact, we've had tons of clients. Rachel, a client of mine, enrolled 4 $3,000 clients the first month of launching her coaching business. Now, she was starting from zero and she made $12K that month. But I've had other, even more established coaches like Neil, an Australian business consultant, add 6 figures, $100,000 to his consulting business in the first 30 days. Now, again, he already had a $500,000 consulting business, but adding 6 figures in 30 days was pretty badass for him. So just want to recommend that to you. Conducting market research interviews and calls is going to be the 4th step to becoming a 6-figure coach. The 5th step is to structure a high converting sales process. Sales is the most important skill that you develop. Yes, you want to be good at copywriting and you want to be great at coaching and you want to be great at marketing and lead gen. But if you're not great at sales and you don't have a step-by-step structured process, you're not going to get clients. And so making sure that you have a script to follow is really important. In fact, I have a video inside my channel where I give you the word-for-word sales script, so I can share with you where that is at the end. But having that script, and not so that you're overly scripted. You always want to make sure that you maintain conversation, that you stay conversational in that enrollment call. But you want to have a proven step-by-step process. The last thing that you want is to show up to a sales call and wing it and wish and hope that they're going to become a client. A mistake that I made early on in my journey is that I thought all I needed to do was show up and coach people. And if I could just coach people on a call, I would get clients. That great author, Rich Litvin, love him. Rich, if you're watching this video, you're a friend of mine and I appreciate you. He wrote the book Prosperous Coach, but he says doing these 2-hour deep coaching sessions, I think that's not the right thing to do if you don't know if somebody's qualified yet. So you want to have a step-by-step structured sales process that doesn't feel salesy, that builds trust, that qualifies whether somebody's a fit, and that it actually enrolls them into becoming a client. If you don't have that, then you can have great content, you can have great marketing, but you're not going to get the clients that you're looking for. So that's a really important step. The 6th step is to choose one social media platform to build your audience on. 1. Do not try to model Gary Vee and Grant Cardone and Tony Robbins. They have dozens of employees working full-time with them. They are investing millions and millions of dollars every single month in their marketing. If you haven't built a 6-figure coaching business yet, you don't have the team or resources to do that. So instead of spreading yourself too thin by trying to be omnipresent on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn, my challenge for you is to choose one platform only to start. In fact, if you want to know, for example, you're watching videos here on YouTube, if YouTube's something that you're interested in leveraging to get coaching clients, I actually created a video on exactly how to do that. And if you want to know how to get coaching clients on YouTube, just click the video and the link in the corner up here and you can watch that video. But again, you don't need to have to be on YouTube. Maybe your niche is corporate. So maybe LinkedIn is a better platform, or Facebook is a better platform. Whatever it is, you want to choose one platform, build your audience, have a machine where you know like clockwork exactly how to develop consistent leads and consistent clients, and then you can scale that machine and you can then build a new machine on a different platform. But if you spread yourself too thin too early, you will feel distracted, you will get limited results, and you will probably burn out and get overwhelmed. The seventh and final step to becoming a six-figure coach is to master an organic marketing action plan. And I'm gonna teach you the organic marketing action plan, and I recommend it before you consider paid ads. Now, I get that some of you have a vision of building a 7 or 8 or 9-figure empire. And in order to do that, you will need paid advertising for sure. But before you go put a bunch of money into YouTube ads or Facebook ads, you wanna take a step back and you want to test and validate your message, and you want to do that organically. So having a step-by-step organic marketing plan is really critical. An organic marketing plan tells you what to do monthly, weekly, and daily on social. And you want to have that benchmark, because right now, if you're watching this and you're sub 6 figures, you may not have a team yet, which means you're producing, you're coaching, you're selling, you're doing the email, you're literally doing everything. Now, as your team grows, you can start delegating, you can start automating, which is going to help you a lot. But in the beginning, you want to make sure that you have a clear structure to follow and are doing everything organic so that you can test the message, prove the message, and ensure that now you have a proven message, you've got a product market fit, you've sold coaching to a cold client, and then from there you can say, okay, let's take some of the profits from your business and reinvest in ads and start scaling this thing to the moon. So those are the 7 steps. That is the 7-step roadmap to become a 6-figure coach. Now that you've got these 7 steps, I want you to leave me a comment below and let me know which of these steps you would like to see more specific training from me on. Because I could take any of these, your sales process, choosing a niche, packaging your offer, developing clients on social media, creating an organic marketing action plan, whatever it is, I can create specific content for, and I want this channel to be with content that you want yourself that's gonna solve your problem. So leave me a comment below which of these 7 steps you want help with. And before I wrap up this video, I have a quick favor to ask, because I recently discovered the majority, like 77% of people who watch these videos aren't subscribed to my channel. So if you've gotten value from this video and you want to watch future videos of mine, then just like this video and subscribe to my channel so that you never miss a future video. Now, once you've subscribed, make sure to check out my next video, which I promised you at the very beginning, which is how to get your first or your next coaching client. If you click up here in the corner, you can watch that video now. And my name is Peter Scott, reminding you to be here, act now, and fear less.